Howdy tankers. It's been a while since I posted a video. My computer was in the shop and being fixed, but now I'm back online. We have some games with the T49, the Tier 5 American turreted tank destroyer in the T110E4 line. So once you get used to it, this is a really good tank. You'll see that I have it equipped with rammer camouflage. It's got great camouflage, and adding a camo net can really help with that. And I've got it equipped with binoculars because it makes a pretty good sniper if you can spot enemy tanks on the other side of the map. I've got a regular set of consumables. If you look at the stats on this tank, once you have it fully equipped, it's pretty good. It's a small tank. It doesn't have a lot of hit points. It doesn't have any significant armor. You might occasionally get a bounce from like a Tier 3 light tank, but don't count even on that. It is quite maneuverable. It's very light, 15 tons. Do not ram with it and don't get rammed. It's got great engine power for its weight, so it accelerates very quickly and has a high speed limit. It has an okay traverse speed, but at top speed you're going to have trouble maneuvering tightly. It, however, has terrible turret traverse speed, 18 degrees per second, so it's basically a hand-cranked turret. Something that doesn't show up in these stats is also the handling characteristics while the tank is moving. The gun does not stay accurate while moving. They don't want you to fire on the move, so it bounces around all over the place, and once you stop, it stays bouncing for a while before the reticle starts to get smaller. So while it looks like a medium and moves somewhat like a medium, you can't quite play it like a medium. You can occasionally use it in a medium-like role, but that's not the best use of this tank. When you have it fully equipped, you have this really nice 76mm anti-tank gun. It's got a very high rate of fire of almost 10 rounds per minute. It's got good penetration for the tier of 128, 177 with APCR, 160 average damage, which combined with the high rate of fire really allows you to wreck enemy tanks if you can keep putting rounds into them. It's got marginal dispersion at 0.41, so it's not super accurate, but because you have decent penetration, you don't have to aim in on those tiny little weak spots, and so 0.11 will do for you. The aim time, however, is excellent at 1.7 seconds, but once again, remember, if you've been moving around, your gun starts bouncing around as you do that, and once you stop, it stays bouncing for a little bit. So you're not going to get that aim time unless you're sitting watching the enemy tank rather than maneuvering around. But overall, you can do a lot with this tank. Let's take a look at some gameplay. Here I am platooning with Alex Cheng. We are on dead rail. We've decided to go valley/middle. I head over to the right to look for spots. He's moving toward middle. Moving up here. Wait a moment to let my binoculars kick in, don't get any spots. There's a spot across the way, and there is a T-28 moving across the valley. I managed to bounce off a T-28. I don't know how that happened, but I move up. He's taking some damage from other tanks, and I take him out. This is a great general zone for tanks with good gun depression like this sucker. But we're going to have to be careful to not take hits and not get spotted. Put a shot into this heavy, and he's dead. Now, playing this cautiously, it looks like there is a KV-1 coming up into the valley. Thinking about performing a circle maneuver on him, but I'd have to be approaching him from the front in order to do that, and would take at least one hit likely in the process. But Alex comes in from behind on him, giving me a chance to get a couple of shots in here. Look how fast this tank reloads. Look how it goes through the front of a KV-1 with regular ammunition. Now we're up 2 kills on the enemy. Looking for spots. There is an M3 Lee. He is either playing very incompetently, or he is lagged out or has gone AFK, because he just lets us farm some damage and get the kill. Now there's an enemy SU. Notice that bounce in the reticle as I move around. It takes a little while before it stabilizes. Looking for a good shot in there. And the .41 dispersion doesn't do me well. It goes to the angled side, but I get a shot in. And I do take a shot from the remaining enemy tank, which is an Electo. I'm not going to play this super well because we have a big advantage on tanks, and I'd like to get this kill. I really should have switched to HE, and I really should have aimed in to get that shot, but again, moving doesn't serve this tank well. I do switch to AP and then HE and take him out. Could have been a little more careful there. But this was a good game. Second class medal, 5 kills, went quite well. Here's another game with Alex. We're in Castilla, thinking about which direction to go in, and because the team is heading toward the monastery, we decide to go and support them. One thing you'll notice in this and the next game with the T49 is that the suspension is quite fragile. It's very easy to break your tracks. So jumping here, I managed to break my tracks. I've never done that before with any other tank. You have to learn to be careful with the T49. There's a T40, I take a shot from it, back up, and use the gun depression to get a shot in on the T40 again and kill it. Now this is a great spot again for a tank with good gun depression. I've gotten a mastery in the M4 Sherman in exactly this spot before. You can move up and down, staying behind this hill, getting shots in. Put a shot in on the Panzer IV, moving back. Hit their T49, move back, just peek out, he moves back, but here comes another tank, T34, put a shot into him, and for some reason they're not paying a lot of attention to the fact that I'm up here able to kind of wreck them. No problems with penetration with this tank. Panzer IV, back up. Take him out. Tilda BP, he's dead. Get a T49, we trade shots here. I back up, I'm being careful, I've taken a fair bit of damage, but I noticed that Alex is moving down, so I want to come down and support him and beat his reload. Now we have 6 kills, we're looking for the last one. And Alex very graciously offers me the opportunity to take that last kill. And this is an AFK T28, so it's just a matter of taking them out. And that's it. So this was a first class medal, 4 kills, 1800 damage. You can see how effective this tank can be. Now we're on Rock Field and heading up toward the bunker area. I want to take the high ground and again use our good gun depression. You notice I damaged the tracks here. Didn't expect to do that. Got to be very careful with the tracks on this tank. And I am looking for spots with my binoculars up here. I may not have had binoculars mounted on this one. See a Churchill. You'll notice I am not spotted here. It's an enemy AT2. I'm going to try to hit his cupola, but this tank doesn't have the accuracy to be able to get that from that kind of range. But I am able to put shots into the front of this KV-1 without any trouble with penetration. Just keep hitting him. I am still not spotted, even though I'm firing. This tank has great camouflage. I have a camo nut mounted. It's really serving me in good stead up here. Now I start trying to put shots into this Churchill. He's dead. Another tank comes out here for me to shoot at. I track him. Always good to track somebody when they're out in the open. Track him again. He has no chance to move. Again. And he's dead. Only now am I spotted. And I decide to move down. There's another KV-1 here. Put a shot into him. I'm spotted, so I need to be careful. 2 shots. Manage a bounce here. But this is with standard ammunition. He's turning to pay attention to me, so I want to take some cover. So I take cover behind this outcropping here. Really don't want to be trading shots with a KV-1. But this AT2 is showing some side armor here, so I move down to where I can get a shot. Manage to bounce off of him. Switch to APCR. Do penetrate. And secure the kill. Take a shot from the KV-1. But he's now dead, and that's all 7 enemy tanks. So that's going to be another first class medal. Alex and I did most of the damage and got all of the kills in this battle. So this is a really fun tank. I hope you like this video. Hope you like and subscribe.